Welcome to another lengthy vlog, everybody. This video is all about how to survive the Dokomi as a small artist, or how not to survive but still enjoy it. I tried recording how I prepare for the convention and how I just basically organize everything. Here we go! It's the end of March, but I prefer to start planning ahead of time so that I don't forget things in the end and I don't get unnecessarily stressed right before the convention. So what I'm gonna try and do today is try to plan out how I want my artist booth to look like. The one I have until now, it's fine. There are certain things about it that are not working really well. First of all, at the Dokomi there are like tons of artists and I do want to be somewhat more visible and not just to go totally under. So the major points are that the posters in the background are not very visible. Also, there is no proper banner for my artist's name, and also my manga is not visible enough. So today I'm just gonna try to plan what kind of prints I want to have, and also I will try to buy things that I will need so that my booth looks more presentable. It will probably cost me a lot of money, but I try to see it as an investment. As I mentioned before, the tripod I have is just not tall enough, at least not for a convention like the Dokomi, where the space is just so huge. So I will try to buy a new one. It's not that easy because most of them are only 2 meters. And also a lot of them seem to be really flimsy if you try to buy them at an affordable price. So I guess even if it hurts me, I have to invest a little bit more money into this one so that I have more flexibility with the height and the width of it, and also so that it lasts a bit longer and is not totally flimsy and falling apart after I don't know how many years. The good thing about this is that I can also use it for YouTube, maybe, like green screens and things like that. So it's okay, it's an investment. But yeah, this convention is gonna be expensive. After searching for a while, I was finally able to find a tripod system that was less than 100 euros, that went pretty high and was also pretty robust. Unfortunately, I could only find it on Amazon and nowhere else. Guess I gotta support our Supreme Lord Jeffrey Bezos financially after all. So now that I have found the tripods, I'm gonna do some research on a possible display for my manga. Good morning! So yesterday I did some planning for what I want to change in my booth, and one thing I also have to take care of is to have some new prints. If you go to conventions regularly, it's important to have new stuff every once in a while, because first of all your art skills improve over time, and also because people who like your art might be interested in something new, and if you don't have anything new, it will be boring for them. So today I'm meeting a friend at a cafe. I have my tablet with me, so I will try to work on some prints, then post them on social media and see whether people even like them. Because if people are not really interested in them, then I won't put them out as prints, and they probably won't sell well. Of course, at this point it's probably important to say that sometimes as an artist you cannot really tell well which of your art is going to be popular. At least for me, what I think what is my best art and what other people think what is my best art sometimes tends to differ. But of course there is also some overlap. So in order to be able to tell more objectively what is going to sell better, I look at reaction of other people. But of course you should always create art that you personally care about, because otherwise you might get frustrated. So I guess the solution is to find the perfect middle ground between stuff that you like and stuff that other people like. And on my way there I also need to go to the art store and get some stuff for the booth. Okay, let's go. Okay, so in the last week I drew some possible prints and posted them online. Like, Instagram is not representative of anything at the moment because I haven't posted anything on Instagram for like 1.5 months, so obviously the algorithm is gonna punish me. So I guess I cannot really use the number of likes as an indicator whether an illustration is popular or not, so I go by the comments and just see how people react. So I think people seem to like this one, and this one seemed to be a little bit less popular, but not totally unpopular. So I don't know. Maybe I will print this one in A4 and A3 and this one only in A4. I don't know yet. And then another thing I designed was just something for business cards. I need new business cards as my previous ones are pretty old by now, so I want to create something a little bit more special, like print it with some, I don't know how to say it in English, like some foil on top of the flowers so they kind of stand out. I'm not completely happy with just the figure. I might just have to change some lines, make them thicker so they're visible, maybe change some colors. I think the flowers turned out nice. It's 17th of April and today I'm working on some other stuff for the Dokomi. I want to create a new banner, so I'm just trying to figure out something nice, and I took a reference picture for it and hopefully I can figure something out that will look nice and just kind of draw attention to my stand. It's got to be quite a big file because the whole banner will be quite big, so try to find a kind of nice golden middle between like a big file but not so big, so that my tablet will constantly crash or something like that. So I don't know, we'll see how it will go. I'm thinking about a mix maybe of color and black and white so that it still has a kind of manga impression, but I don't know. I'm just still brainstorming. It's April 28th and I'm almost done with the new banner. Only all the details are missing and some little details around the figure. It's 8:30 and I'm pretty tired, but I want to finish it today, so I guess I will just have to pull through because this already cost me way too much time and I'm way too behind with everything else that I need to do, so I just want to finish it today and not have to think about it anymore. And then just order all the new prints and the banner and just be done with it. Okay, I'm done. Now only need to resize it for bigger print. That's it. It's almost 10 o'clock now. I'm going to bed. Okay, it's Saturday 30th of April and today I'm finally gonna order all the prints that I need. I got a rough list here, very messy. And I also still need to design the back side of the business card. And I also got to figure out how to and where to print this special kind of stuff, you know, with the glossy cover for the flowers. It's gonna take, all of this is gonna take too much time and it's stressing me out because I have other stuff to do, but this got to be done so that it's out of my way and I just can put it aside and not think about the convention for a couple of weeks. But first I'm just gonna make some coffee because otherwise I will just die from stress. So I'm trying to scale up the banner now without losing too much quality, and I got to say thanks to my friend Clio, she's also an artist, who gave me the tip of how to do it without losing too much quality. So basically what I did, I started this PNG format so that at least it's like one layer so that my computer hopefully won't crash down completely. What I'm doing in order to scale it up, like the end format has to be 841 times 594 millimeters, which is pretty big. So what Creo told me to do with that, so that the quality doesn't lose too much, is like I don't change it to the final size straight away, but I just make it only like 10% bigger step by step until I reach the final size. So far it looks like I haven't lost too much quality, so it seems to work. If some of the quality gets lost, it's not the end of the world, but like I really don't want it to look shitty, so let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm almost there. The last step is gonna be 105%. So let's check. Well, it needs to process a little bit first. My PC is pretty old, so this is a major task for it. Alright. It is slightly bigger than what I needed, so I'm just gonna trim it. And now we're done. Okay, I wasn't done after all. I forgot the social media icons, but I added them straight away after. Next, I created the special file for the business cards. Because I wanted it to have a special effect, the file I have to create it for it is also different. Usually the printing companies provide explanation on how to create files so that they can print them perfectly. So if you just look through their site, then you will be able to find it. It also gives you all information about trimming and what kind of files they prefer. It's already 1 p.m. and I'm trying to find a printer that does the kind of holographic prints, but I can't find one. Like I saw it with another artist, Sierce. She did this nice holographic prints, but I think I might have to give up because I just can't find a printer in Germany that does this. I'm not even sure what it's called, like because I cannot find anything under holographic prints. So I don't know, I wanted to have something different, something nice, but maybe it will just be plain boring prints again. Okay, I think I have prepared the files. Now the last thing I have to figure out is how much to order of each of the prints. I have some older ones that I need to reorder because I run out or I don't have enough, and also order the new ones. And yeah, it's kind of not that easy to predict what will be popular and what will be not. Each convention is different, so I'll just try to find the perfect balance between too many and too little. If I have too little, then I would have to order the same prints again soon, and which will be much more expensive than if I order more at once. But also I can have too many because then I will just have them lying around collecting dust, so it's kind of a waste of resources and space. So let's try not to order too many, which is actually a pretty typical beginner's mistake. For my very first convention I ordered way too much of everything, so I have things left to this day since my first conventions. I just found another interesting thing, like you can print in a more environmentally friendly way. Well, you can't really, but if you pay like a 2% additional fee, you can support apparently some projects, but I gotta check it out before because you know, greenwashing is everywhere and some companies might just claim to be supporting stuff like that, but actually they're not, and you're just paying money for nothing. I don't know, but if you can be more environmentally friendly with our prints, it's something that I really want to go for and try to be more environmentally friendly bit by bit as an artist, which isn't easy. The most environmentally friendly stuff is not to print any stuff. Alright, I uploaded all of the files, not all of them with the climate neutral fee because it's at least 99 cents, but usually 2%. I don't order many, like between 10 to 20 pieces of each print, so I end up paying way too much. And altogether it's a lot, so it's 230 euros. It's quite a lot of money all at once. I'm not sure this Dokomi will be profitable for me, but I had to order all these prints eventually, so it's fine. I'm not freaking out. So if you're an artist in Germany and you want to ask me like what kind of printing company to use for your prints, I cannot really answer you that. I'm using this printing company this time because I think the prices are affordable and I had less issues with them than with another printing company. But I know some artists had issues with this printing company. I think like in general, prints and business cards are not an issue most of the time. It all depends on your preference with the colors and everything, because each printer seems to have a little bit of a different, I don't know, the colors just come out a little bit different with each printing company, I guess. But when it comes to books, it's just basically all major printing companies like suddenly just lost all kind of quality in there. So yeah, I cannot give you any advice there either. The best thing would be to support a local printing company. I will do that once I am more of an established artist and I can afford that. at the moment I just can't. So online printing companies are my only option. Okay, the floor plan for the Dokomi is out, and I will be sitting here, like in the middle of this badge here. This is like, my guess is that it's not a great placement, because it's just like literally in the middle of it, and I don't think there will be just many visitors just passing by here. Only people who find their ways here, but because there are so many artist booths, people feel overwhelmed quickly, and usually people only have capacities to only see that much, so I don't think it's great, but we'll see. I mean, it's kind of a little bit difficult to tell beforehand whether the placement is fine or not. Okay, the prints arrived. This one looks pretty nice. I'm happy with how this one turned out. And also I have to see whether it's everything or not, because I guess they had to send quite a few packages. And I think the banner and the business cards are probably not here yet. Okay, the business cards arrived. 500 pieces. Ooh, I guess it's turned out pretty nice. Oh, I like it. Okay, the last thing arrived today. The banner. I guess I cannot cut it up with one hand. Like, if any of the prints went wrong, then it will be this one. So I hope it will look good. I think it's looking pretty good. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that this turned out fine. It smells like plastic, obviously, but with time the smell will disappear. Yes! Okay, here's my basic plan for the display for the book. Basically, I saw this online and found that it's pretty cute, so I just want to make similar shape, just like taller. So this is like the really rough design, what it's gonna look like. This is where the books will be, and I guess I will cut out the buildings here so it kind of looks fun. And on the sides it's gonna look something like that. It's like seriously rough. We've got all these tools prepared. Some books for measurements. So now I just have to figure out like what the size and the proportions are gonna be. My printer prints up to A3 size, so I kind of will have to take that into consideration as well. And also, whenever I have to work with a bigger format, it's working on the floor time. You know what? Why would I use perfectly fine paper for a mock-up? I'm just gonna use an old pizza carton. I'm too impatient for waiting for glue to dry, so I will be using tape instead, and hopefully it will work out. Okay, the battery in my camera died, so I will be filming on my phone. So this is the basic shape, everything just very loosely held with tape. I will have to think about like how to stabilize it so that I can put the weight of the books on here. And once I do that, then I can actually put books in here, because I'm pretty sure if I put all these books in here now, it will just collapse. And if that fits, I will print the actual things, or like I will think how in general I want to what materials I want to build it from. Will probably keep these anyways, since you won't really be seeing them once the bookers are in here. This is my progress. Anyways, I got to go to pick up some signs. Actually, I didn't think it will ever happen, but now the Cosmo signs are finally here, and I can pick up my copies and I can bring them to Dokomi with me. So that's pretty nice. But it also means that now I have to go, and I guess the whole trip might take maybe up to 2 hours. Less time to do stuff. I might not be able to finish anything today, really. It's 6 p.m. already, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh man, why is time never enough? Okay, I'm back and I already had some dinner. It's past 8 p.m. but yeah, I got to continue doing this because like it won't be done by itself. Yeah, so I picked up the seeds. That was not all mine, like part of them belong to my friend, who I will give them to. Yeah, basically I remember how I said that printers, if there are printing problems, it's usually with books, and this was exactly the case with those signs. Those two are the only good copies, and the rest apparently has some blemishes, and here we've got the extras that come along with the sign. So I don't know, depending on how bad the blemishes are, I might sell them for lower price. But like at last Dokomi, I also had some another me copies which also had blemishes, and which I'm selling for less money, just because I don't want to throw away books just because they have a couple of blemishes. But I didn't sell any. I think like at the Dokomi, people actually want to buy good quality. But at some other conventions, you know, maybe you have more people with lower budget, and they don't really mind buying books with some blemishes. For them, what matters is that they are able to afford it, which makes sense to me too. So I'm not sure whether I will bring those along to Dokomi with me. I guess I will have to think about it. Yes, the books fit nicely. I need one more bookstore here, like 5 here and 5 here. So I will always have 5 on display. I think it fits nicely and it's pretty good. Now I just got to make the actual thing. Also, I have to figure out how big this back wall is gonna be yet. I've got all the designs here. The right side, the left side and the front side. But it's past, yeah, it's like almost 10:30. And I'm usually in bed right now and reading or sleeping. So I guess I will be printing and finishing the rest tomorrow. It's the next day. And later I'm meeting a friend. We meet up in a cafe and draw together again. So I wanted to do some work before I have to leave. Like I have maybe like half an hour. But yeah, my laptop had to do some updates yesterday. So I don't know, maybe it will be another 10 minutes until I can even start using it. I need a new computer. Okay, I managed to print off all of the parts just about on time because I got to leave now. So I guess I will be continuing tonight. Or actually, no, not tonight. 2 days, the Eurovision Song Contest. So, priorities. Okay, I'm back now. There's still some time till Eurovision Song Contest. I had dinner, so let's see whether I can be done with this before the Eurovision Song Contest starts. I'm tired, but it's fine. Okay, this piece is done, but this looks extremely messy because foam board is like really a pain in the butt to cut. So it's like extremely messy, and I tried to paint over the white with the Copic markers, but didn't really do much. I don't know, maybe I can think of a better solution. Some other day, maybe it's fine from far, maybe I won't be able to see much, but yeah, it just looks pretty bad. Yeah, I'm finally done. I guess you can't see it very well with this lighting, because my camera is not really made for this light. Don't know how stable it is. I guess it should be stable enough. I have no idea how we'll be transporting this. Alright, it's Sunday and I finished a sticker for the OC Fashion Cult sign. Well, by the time this video is out, the convention will be over, but I will probably be posting this that you can, if you happen to be at the Dokomi and you buy the fashion sign, you can collect this sticker at my booth at the Dokomi. I hope you like it. Okay, it's 30th of May, it's Monday, and on Friday I'm going to Düsseldorf to Dokomi, and then the weekend it's happening. So I still have to do the whole trial practice building stuff, you know, similar to what they do before the wedding, like they have this practice dinner before the actual dinner or whatever. So this is what I'm gonna do with my booth. I have to see how I will build the whole thing, see how I will transport everything, and what I need to give to my friend, because I just can't carry it, because it doesn't fit into my luggage. So yeah, that's that. It's an important step that I haven't been able to do so far, so now I gotta do it, and I also need to finish the May video, which I will probably finish tomorrow on the last day of May, so but at least it will be out there, and I still managed to put out, to upload one video a month, so it's fine. Everything is just fine. Wanted to take a picture of this so that I can bring it up there, but well, I can't find my phone in this mess. Okay, I think I'm done. This represents the table, the size of it. And this thing will be just hanging there at the front. There's like suddenly so much space now that I have all of my friends up here. It's amazing just how tall this thing goes. So I used to have a lot of decoration with leaves and everything. I think I'm just gonna leave it this time. I just really want the focus to be on the prints, on the actual prints. And this thing looks kinda ugly, but this is just for pure organizational stuff. So when I'm behind my booth, I can just, you know, put things in there, use it for storing packaging materials. Some of the smaller products I can just quickly grab, and also just to store my drawing materials for the convention commissions. So yeah, this is kind of a must. I usually have a massive one with like 3 shelves, so this time I will have to go a little bit more minimalist and just have 2, and then everything else will be beneath my table. That's something I will show you once I'm there. Now I just got to figure out how much of everything I will bring with me and how much I can carry. Oh shoot, I totally forgot that I still have to cut the Critical Role posters, because ordering them in this size is just simpler and cheaper than if I ordered them in the weird size that they come in. This is a lot of work that I totally forgot about. Guess I will have to do it tomorrow. I have to cut all of this. Well, I won't bring all of them with me, so maybe I only cut the ones that I need to bring to the Dokomi with me. Ah, man. Okay, it's the next day. I tried to finish and upload the May video before I have to go to work. And then after work I will try and cut the Critical Role prints. This is like exactly the reason why I try to finish everything as soon as possible, so that if you notice that you're still missing something or you still need to do something, you still have some time left and don't have to, you know, not sleep at all before you go to the convention, which is actually, I think, a pretty common thing for artists. But I cannot deal with this kind of stress. Okay, I'm back from work, so the video is uploading, but it will take a while, so meanwhile I can just continue cutting the prints. Okay, the video is finally up and I cut all the posters, and I think I actually still have enough time to cut the rest of them. The future Olshi will be thankful. It's Wednesday, the day after tomorrow, finally getting on the train to go to Düsseldorf. So I packed my luggage and there's actually still plenty of space for clothes and stuff like that. So this is quite unusual for me. And this is the stuff I will bring over to my friend. Not today because it's raining all day today and I just can't afford for the standee to get wet. So I guess I will do it tomorrow. Okay, it's Friday. Today we will go to Düsseldorf, at breakfast, pack my suitcase, brewed some coffee, and I also cleaned up the space a little so that I don't come back to a messy flat. Now comes the hardest part. So because money gets stolen all the time at artist booths at Dokomi and other conventions in general, it's always good to have some safe place for your money. I have an ugly fanny pack that ruins my whole outfit, but at least here my money is safe. No one can just grab over it and steal it while I'm distracted, because I will notice it if someone reaches towards my crotch. This is the stuff underneath the table, just to organize stuff. I've got postcards and all this stuff in here. It's a little bit cramped and chaotic, but it will be fine. Commission number 1 is done. Now it's over to the next commission. Oh my god, the best thing just happened. Schema, a fellow artist I know, which was amazing, was incredibly nice. She just gave me artwork made by her, and it's my OC from my manga, and it's so pretty. Look at the lines, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Commission number 2 is also done. Commission number 3 is done. One thing I always pay attention to, or rather like I try to challenge myself with, is like with every commission I try to have at least one hand of the character within the picture most of the time, simply because I don't know, it just makes the picture look nicer. And as an unknown artist whose skills are kind of average, the only thing I can do with commissions is like just giving good quality, so hopefully people will give me enough commissions. So that's why I do this. Okay, it's almost over. I couldn't quite finish this one. I still need to color it. There are like 20 minutes left of today, so I think I will just start organizing stuff, just start cleaning up, because there's just not much happening anymore. And I have a headache, I don't have any water left, and I really look forward to dinner. Okay, here's the real me, chilling in the hotel room. Well, I just calculated everything. I covered maybe about half the expenses today. It was an alright day, but yeah, I hope tomorrow has to be at least as good, so that I at least cover the expenses. Well, actually, if I include food and everything, then I won't cover the expenses this way. Oh, we'll see. I'm really tired. Ready to brush my teeth once Yitch is done in the bathroom. And then it's sleepy time. Day 1 was great. It was fun. Remember how I said I have no self-control at artist alleys? Yeah, I just really splurged and bought something for 70 euros, but it's really worth it. It's an original base camera and it's so beautiful. It's I mean, way underpriced, like it should be worth a lot more. So yeah, I'm just, I have one more original to hang in my room. Commission number 4, yeah, is done, and I have another commission, a good commission by a person from yesterday again, to draw something else. So yeah, commission number 5, Arwen from Lord of the Rings. Okay, probably the last commission of the day is done. I noticed how I've been struggling with this one. My concentration is down, and I'm least happy with this one out of all of them. So I just hope that the girl who commissioned me will like it, and yeah, I won't see all the mistakes that I see. Well, 2 more hours? 1 more hour? I don't know. This is all that remains. Okay, now comes the actual hardest part. Carrying all of this stuff to the 3rd floor. I'm just gonna take out stuff one by one and just carry it up, because if I try to carry it all at once, I will break my back. I did it! Yay! It's all up here in my flat. I will actually just count everything and just correct all my lists and then put it back into the luggage, because I will need it in 5 days again already. And I will do the whole summary aftermath of the whole thing when I am refreshed and calmed down. Okay, at least I'm done with going through the lists. Of course, things don't add up completely, but I'm actually only don't know where €1 is. I think the rest is kind of guess, and I also don't know where one book is, because I guess I sold 8 volumes, 8 books of volume 1, but I'm kind of missing one more. It should be one more. So either way, I did cover all my costs, so that's a good thing. Even though I still don't know exactly how much they were, I will do that right afterwards. I guess my profit is about €100. for all this work? Was it worth it? I don't know. Okay, Dokomi is over. Let's summarize. First of all, for some reason I'm much more tired today than yesterday, but I do have to go to work later, and the next convention is in a few days, and I also have to draw my manga, so I will take a day off in like 2 weeks or something. So anyways, at a convention like Dokomi, it's really difficult to survive as a small artist without selling any fan art. That is just the reality of it. For me personally, half of the income I made at this convention was from the Critical Role posters, and the other half is mostly manga books and commissions. And yes, I did sell some of the small things like postcards, keychains, stuff like that, but this is really a tiny amount. Do I wish it was different? Of course I do. Of course I wish that I would mostly sell my manga and art and characters that I personally created and designed. But especially at a convention like Dokomi, visitors just get overwhelmed from the sheer amount of art there is. So I guess in a way I can understand why people notice characters that they know already in someone else's art style. I think like the only way you can survive a convention like Dokomi without any financial losses is like if you have a really big following and you are extremely skilled. When you walk in the artist alley, you just notice straight away, oh yeah, this artist is just extremely good. So, but even they often probably sell more fan art. I'm not sure about it, but this is what I have been observing. But I would need to ask the people directly whether that's the case. And of course there are exceptions. There are artists who have like a big following and who mostly sell their own stories, their own OCs, their own characters. So of course you can do that. But for someone like me, it wouldn't be possible. A goal for me one day is to just have mainly my own books, manga books there, and then hopefully have a big enough of a name and skill so that people are interested in that stuff. I don't know how I will be transporting those books in the future, but that's a problem for the future Olchi. What? Why are you being mean now? Yeah, shut up, just edit the video. But yeah, until that day comes, I am reliant on fan art. And just to be clear here, selling fan art is illegal if you do not have permission or license from the actual license holders. But of course, most of the time, no one really cares. No one cares about small artists selling some of the fan arts. But just to make sure, it's always good to ask for permission. And of course, different conventions will be different. Like, for example, at the comic and manga convention here in Hamburg that I will be going to on Saturday, I barely sell any Critical Role posters there. There I actually sell mostly A4 prints, basically my own characters and my own designs, and also postcards, like all the smaller things. In general, I'm not sure like I would suggest a convention like Dokomi to any kind of beginner artist. If it would have been my first convention ever, I would have been in real trouble. My first convention was the Comic and Manga convention here in Hamburg, where the fee for the booth is only 20 euros. So generally, like, just to taste the water, sometimes it's probably better to start small and locally and not going somewhere where you also have the transportation costs and the accommodation costs. And there are other things I learned this convention specifically just for observing stuff. Once again, I learned that I should also enjoy being a small artist sometimes, because some artists at the Dokomi were pretty busy all the time because they had a lot of customers. The downside of that is that you don't really get to spend much time talking to one person because there is like another person waiting right behind them, so you kind of have to keep moving. Also, like, leaving your booth is probably also difficult. So as a small artist, I felt a little bit more relaxed. I could just talk to one person for a bit longer because there were low customers lining up. But these are just my observations. I am one person with one point of view, so feel free to share your experiences and observations. Even though I sound like the convention is a lot of work, and it really is, I still really had a great time, and it's like a major positive experience for me. That's why I go there every year, again and again. Even back at the first few Dokomis, where I probably did not cover all of my expenses and felt just sad sitting there not selling much. By the end of it, somehow magically I felt motivated to just become better and just be as good as everybody else. So even back then it was still a positive experience for me. I really love the atmosphere at the convention. I love seeing great art and just people's passion for certain series or characters. I love the costumes, and it's just always nice to meet new people or people who you only see at conventions, so it's just nice to see those faces again. And I really love going out for food with friends after a long day at the convention. And the preparations for the conventions were a lot of fun too, even though they were stressful. It was a kind of positive stress. When you draw manga pages day after day alone in your room, it can be nice to just go out and share your art with other people. Also, drawing manga pages is just like such a long process, and it takes a long time until you actually finish something. While preparations for the Dokomi were just like you finish all these tasks and it just feels like you accomplish more, even though the amount of time you spend on work is the same. So it was just a nice change of pace. Now I feel somewhat motivated to go back to drawing manga pages so that my readers finally will have some reading material again soon. Well, eventually, because you know, it takes a lot of time. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so. I upload one video a month. Also, you can follow me on my social media, and you can also read my manga Another Me for free, or you can purchase a printed copy. All the links will be in the description box. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! Finally, after all this mess, my place is clean again. Now I can breathe.